Hi, thanks for joining me today. This video is going to focus on some poses that will help us during the transition into the fall season. So we're going to do a few poses that are grounding, helping to keep us connected to the earth, hands with our hands and our feet, and then a seated pose and a pose lying down. And these are all beneficial for the season. As the fall season comes up, it's very dry and can be windy and can be very ungrounding for your physical and your mental body. So these are some poses that you can do to help that. So do have something to use later behind the knees and or to sit up on. I have a blanket here, and I think that's the only pose we will need today. So go ahead and just move that prop, or as you have gathered it, just move it out of the way. And we're going to come to table pose, starting on all fours. Again, starting to make our connection with the earth. So spread the fingers wide. Make sure the wrists are under the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. Find a nice neutral position for the spine. So just a slight lumbar natural curve, a slight curve behind the neck. Inhale and exhale. And we'll do just a little warm up here to warm up the spine, just a little bit of cat and cow moving with the breath. So as you exhale, round the spine, arching the back up towards the ceiling, press into the hands and the feet. And then as you inhale, send the sit bones back. Think of the pelvis rotating, lift the heart and sternum, take the gaze forward and up. So we'll do that a couple times. So think of the pelvis rotating, the tailbone starts to drop down. As the pelvis rotates, we arch and round the back up towards the ceiling or sky. And then as you again rotate the pelvis, the tip of the tailbone all going back and up, lifting the heart and the sternum. Again, gaze gently up. One more time like that. Exhale. And inhale. And then this time as you exhale, come back to neutral, back to your table pose. So our first grounding pose of this little series is downward facing dog. So bring your hands in front of the shoulders, press into the fingertips, base of the knuckles, curl the toes under, lift the knees, send your sit bones up and back. Start with bent knees to help find a nice alignment for your spine. You can pedal through the feet a little bit if you'd like to get a little stretch in the backs of the legs. Make sure you're breathing and think again of feeling that connection to the earth. So we're pressing into the fingertips, the base of the knuckles, crown of the head lengthening towards the hands. And then again, you can come to stillness either with the knees bent or the legs straight, but feel that grounded connection to the earth. Find your breath. Inhale, full inhales and exhales through the nose. Two more breaths here. And then look towards the hands. We're going to take a big step forward with the right leg, land the right foot in between the hands, turn the back foot out slightly. Think of walking the right foot a little towards the right hand, step the left foot a little to the left and a little forward. Think of the hips, that right hip drawing back, and we're going to press into the feet, coming up to a warrior one pose. So adjust the feet, maybe a little narrow front to back so that you can get the hips to aim a little towards the front of your mat. They don't have to go all the way there, but just find a comfortable position for you, and then bring the arms all the way up and overhead. So really press into the outside edge of the back foot. Make sure the front knee stays over the ankle, not in front of the ankle. Inhale and exhale. Good, another breath, inhaling and exhale. Again, feeling that strong connection to the earth, really pressing into those fingers, pressing into the feet, reaching up through the fingertips. And then exhale, release the hands back down, step the left foot back, and then the right foot back. Come back to your downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. Again, reconnect with the earth, with the hands, with the feet. Inhale and exhale. And now looking towards the hands, let's step the left foot forward. Again, the right leg steps a little forward and turns a little to the outside. Left hip draws back, press into both feet, bring the arms up and overhead. Think of that left hip drawing back. Again, maybe the stance is a little narrower to help with the alignment of the pelvis without strain for the lower back and the sacrum. Inhale and exhale. Again, really feel that connection. Press down through the feet. Press into all four corners of that front foot. Think of pressing into the inner arch, or excuse me, lifting the inner arch of the back foot, pressing into the outside edge of the back foot. So really feel that strength in the legs. Inhale and exhale, and then release the hands again back down to the mat. The right foot's going to step back again. The left foot's going to meet it. Come back again to that downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And now look towards the hands. We're going to take a big step forward with the right leg and the left leg. Come to a standing forward bend. Bend the knees, press into the feet, bring the hands to the hinge of the hip, draw the shoulder blades together, lengthen through the crown of the head, and come all the way up to stand. Once you come up to standing, coming into mountain pose, so the feet are hip distance apart, feeling that grounded foundation down through the feet. Inhale and exhale. And from this position, we're going to come into a tree pose. Again, very grounding posture. That as we bring weight into one foot, you're going to imagine that you have roots growing down through that foot into the earth. So let's start with our right leg as our standing leg. Bring your hands to your hips, lift the left ankle, or excuse me, the left heel, turn the knee to the side. And you can either just rest your heel of your left foot right above that right ankle. You can bring the foot up to the inner calf. You can bring the foot to the inner thigh, whatever feels comfortable, just no pressure on the side of the knee. So again, find that foundation, press into all four corners of that standing foot, and whatever variation you need, wherever that foot needs to land, bring your hands to your heart. Find a focal point, something to gently gaze at. Find your breath. Inhale and exhale. Again, feel that connection down through that standing leg. Inhale and exhale. Make sure the hip hasn't swung out to the side. Keep that glute med muscle engaged in that standing leg. Inhale and exhale. Maybe the arms come overhead. Maybe you keep the hands at the heart or the hands on the hips, or maybe the hands are on a chair to help you with your balance. Inhale and exhale, and then gently bring the hands back down to the heart. Release the lifted leg. Come back to your mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. So second side. So again, bring the hands to the hips, create that stability. Lift the right heel, turn the right knee to the side. Again, don't turn it so far that you lose the alignment of the hips, otherwise your tree pose will want to turn. So again, heel can rest above the left ankle or on the inner calf or the inner thigh, your option. Hands can be at the heart or the hips, or again on a support, a wall or a chair. Maybe the arms come overhead. Just make sure you're breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Again, really feel the foot connected to the earth and think of those roots growing down to the center of the earth. Inhale and exhale. And then as you're ready, bring your hands back to your heart. Release the leg, come back to your mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. So if you're not at the end of your mat, come to the end of your mat. We're going to do a little flow down through that downward facing dog, get back down to the ground. So inhale, float the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, bend the knees forward, bend, fold all the way down. Inhale, come halfway up, find that nice length in your spine. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to the mat, step the right leg and the left leg back to that downward facing dog. Again, take a couple breaths here. Connection again with the earth. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently release the knees to the mat. And then just swing the feet off to one side. Come back through onto your seat. Extend the legs forward. Find whatever you're going to sit up on. Have that behind you. Lift your sit bones up onto that blanket or cushion or whatever you have to help. You can also do yoga, use yoga blocks, but to help keep the spine lengthened. Sometimes when we sit on the ground, we have a tendency to do that. So this gives us a little forward tip of the pelvis, so we find a neutral spine. So forward bend with the legs extended. So a lot of our body's connected with the earth here. We have the sit bones, the extended legs. We're going to do a little variation to be kind to our hamstrings. So I want you to really bend your knees, keep the feet flexed, heels to the mat, bend the knees, and then find the hinge of your hip. Inhale, lift up, and think of leading with the sternum, and just let your torso just gently drape towards your thighs. Now, if that's not working for you, you can also take another cushion or a blanket and place it over the thighs and let your torso rest there. But think more of keeping length in your lower back as we come through here. Let the hands rest on the thighs. You can gently reach down and touch the feet. Just make sure you're not pulling yourself forward here. So maybe just let the hands rest on the thighs, let the crown of the head extend towards the feet, so we keep that length in the spine. Inhale and exhale. And again, with the knees bent, it takes a little pressure off the hamstrings and gives us a little deeper stretch in the lower back. Couple breaths. Think of breathing into the back of the body. Inhale into the lower back. Let the breath move up through the ribs and all the way to the shoulders. And then exhaling the breath, shoulders, ribs, and the lower back. Every time you inhale, think of the spine lengthening. And as you exhale, maybe releasing just a little bit more into that forward bend. Another breath, inhale and exhale. And then slowly use the hands to support you. Walk the hands back towards you. Think of lengthening through the crown of the head. Come all the way up. With those knees bent, go ahead and straighten the legs. Just bring the feet about mat distance apart. Let the feet relax and just do a little windshield wiper of the legs. And then very gently come back to center. Coming off of your blanket or cushion, you can just place that off to the side. If you'd like to use it, our last pose is Shavasana, relaxation, with our maximum amount of our body connected to the earth. So what I usually do is, finish the class or the video and say goodbye to you guys, but I want you to be in Shavasana as long as you want to be. It could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So I will set us up in Shavasana, and then I encourage you to stay here as long as you like. Thanks for joining me, and this will be our last pose of our video today. So feet hip distance apart. Make sure you have enough space behind you to lie down. Hands behind the thighs. Nice deep inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Exhale, draw the belly in. Slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your back. And once you come down onto your back, just bring the feet a little wide towards the edges of the mat. Let the arms turn up, palms turn up. Let the arms come out by your side. If you need a little support, you can always take that blanket or cushion, roll it up, and place it behind the knees. If you need a little bit more support, let the eyes gently close. Feel the connection of your body with the earth. So feel the heaviness of the head, the shoulders, the hips, the heels. Feel the connection of the arms and the legs on the earth. Feel the support of the earth for your body. Just let yourself sink heavier and heavier into the earth, into that support. Let your breath be easy. And again, stay here as long as you like. Resting yourself on the earth. Finding that grounded connection. Finding that support.